Um, Most people kind of look at this, they kind of think, oh, it's gonna be kind of boring with like computers and stuff like that, stuff I don't understand. Hopefully I'll try and make it so it's a little bit easier to understand and it's actually really interesting. But for the authors of the article I was reading, they found that a lot of devices don't work very well together because they're all on different protocols, so they talk differently to each other. So they don't work really well, and then none of them really have like a learning system, so they're not very like smart as like we have smartphones and stuff. That's smart is what we think of as intelligent, making decisions for you. So they're hopefully making a system, like a framework that works all together to make all the devices you connect to it smart and like learn for you. And then so like kind of like to give you an example, like you remember like Smart House when you were a kid, or the Jetsons, or like HAL from 2001: Space Odyssey. Some people see it as like a utopian, and some people see it as like a dystopian type of feature. But when most people think of a smart home, they think about something that learns about the user's behavior. They can make decisions for them. They can assist them in like daily activities like I don't know, watering the garden, doing the dishes, taking the dog for a walk, stuff like that, locking and locking the doors at night, turning lights on and off. But most of the common feature of all of these is you have like a central system that takes all the information and gathers it and then learns about it and processes the data to help you out a little bit better. So like the devices on the market that say they're smart are like, we have like a smart TV, smartphones, got the Nest thermostat, LED lights, but most of these aren't smart in like the artificial intelligence sort of way. Like a smart TV just has the apps with recommended videos and internet access. That's not too smart. Cell phones are a little bit more, like smartphones a little bit more in that area, but like the Nest thermostat's probably like the closest, or to like set the temperatures to like what you prefer at certain times of day. So that one kind of like learns about like the user's behavior and then like helps the system with like the temperature turning. So that's what they want the overall system to do for you with everything connected to it. So yeah, the goal is the system fragmentation is the biggest issue, where like for example they have the iOS devices. Some apps work on new ones, some on old ones. So same with the Android platform. The newer you get, the more features it has. So like the older phone you have, the less it can do. So like those will really conflict if you have new products with old material. So like basically the goal is to eliminate that whole fragmentation and make it so it's general, and anything that adds to it will work together very well. And then like the main focus too, like apart from the fragmentation, you want to make it software friendly, software developer friendly. So you like have the programmers that can make products that are easy to use, easy to make, and get them out in the market quicker. You want it to learn that behavioral patterns, because otherwise, I mean, what good is it if you can't have a system do things for you, if you have to tell it to do it. You want to handle sensitive data so outsiders can't get it from you. And you don't want it, they want it to be unobtrusive, which means kind of like the HAL situation in 2001: A Space Odyssey, where it's like kind of like telling you you can't do things a certain time of day, or like getting in your way, or your phone going off and you have company over, embarrassing things showing up, stuff like that. General assistance, like I said, watering the garden, stuff like that. Sensor monitoring, make sure all your sensors are working, having them reading constantly, getting information, measuring data. And so this is the framework they came up with. So like the framework is kind of a weird word, but basically it is, if you have a bunch of computer programs and then they all kind of like work together, they're like webbed together, that would be like your framework. And then so they broke it into layers. And then you have like the device hardware layer, which kind of goes from bottom to top. The device hardware would be like everything you plug in, like your phone, stuff like that. The agent core is like the core of it. So like the agents would be, like you have like the kitchen agent, which handles everything in the kitchen. And the agent plus layer is where you can like add the features of the kitchen, like make your breakfast in the morning, set the temperature of the fridge depending on the food you have in there. And then the agent role layers at the top kind of like break the kitchen off into just like parts, so like you have like the fridge, you can have like the microwave, oven, stuff like that. And those will get their own features too, and then like they'll all work down to like the device layer. So. And then yeah, kind of going through a little bit further, the device layer, anything with like a basic operating computer, a very basic one, like a calculator could be one of them too. Yeah, grants access so they can talk to each other. The agent correlator, core of the system, like I said, that's where it's generic, which means you're using general terms, so all this, everything can like meet there, and then it's like the translator that translates between all the different features of it. Agent plus layer, you're gonna add the features instead of being just like the basic driver. You're gonna add the features to it. I'm kind of running long, so I'm gonna just wrap it up here. And then so the future, most places I'm pretty sure will have it, kind of like in Fallout with that little robot. We just kind of need to get over like all of the things not working together very well, and then make it simple to use, and then eventually it's just gonna like be like light bulbs for us, and we won't even notice things opening doors and cooking for us. So, thank you.